We're here in Miami for Natpe 2013. Let's take a behind-the-scenes look at what makes television television. Up next, we're talking to Arsenio Hall. He's got a new show on CBS, and you're going to want to catch it.
Some say he's only a legend. Some say he never existed at all. But others swear that when night grips the city, if you close your eyes and listen, really listen, you can still hear the pulse pounding, hair-raising, spine-chilling sounds of the Wolfman.
Not the Wolfman, the Wolf Man.
Arsenio is back, and he's bringing the party with him.
With us now is Arsenio Hall, and he is with the Arsenio Hall Show, now on CBS.
That was a big meeting. That was a big board meeting. What would we call this show that Arsenio was hosting? First time around, boy, there was 20 people in a boardroom. Arsenio Hall Show, no, let's go further. Let's go deeper. We ended up with the Arsenio Hall Show. We thought about calling it the Byron Allen Show, and apparently we couldn't get clearance on that name.
That happens, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you have a website that matches?
Yes, indeed.
Because that's important.
Yeah, but I confuse them. I use my name, but I use Dr. Phil's picture. He has big numbers. I'm doing everything I can to win.
Going for the win.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us about your new show.
Wow, the new show, I think the thing that makes it unique is no one's allowed on the set with clothes. So it's a lot of nude cameramen and talent running around, and I think it'll be a big winner. You know, the show, it's just Arsenio coming back to have a ball and do his thing in a different time with a different generation, and hopefully people like you will help me thread in a demographic that won't remember me, and we'll all sit happily and watch Eminem and Beyonce's Baby together.
Here you go.
That's my first show, Eminem and Beyonce's Baby.
You know, what made you come back? I mean, did somebody call you on the phone and say, you know what, I think it's time, or did you just have that feeling and then manifest it?
Well, it's bizarre. 5 years ago, you're the first person to actually specifically nail me down on that.
Okay.
5 years ago, there was a dinner, and Quincy Jones said at the dinner something about my show and how the business missed it. I wasn't even at the dinner. My lawyer told me about it. But I took it to heart because if I blow smoke up your ass and you're in the room, I'm doing it so you can hear me do it. This situation took place and I wasn't around. So I felt like it was really from Quincy Jones's heart. And I started thinking about the things that I was told he said. And from that moment, I started trying to find my way to this moment. And it was complicated, but it's been a 5-year journey of putting the stations together because I wanted to go back to my specific show.
Right.
You know, I wanted to do my show. I wanted to have my library from the past to be able to show Willow Smith, her dad, doing Parents Just Don't Understand. You know, that was an important part of the mission and of the vision.
I did this with you 20 years ago. And you know how I am. First of all, I got big feet and I hate my big feet.
Great.
So on the shots where you can see my feet,
My socks are coming out of the closet.
can you take Chelsea Handler's feet and put on my ankles? Sure.
What?
Let's shoot! Arsenio Hall is coming back to late night television. 2013, fall, and I can't wait. Today we're shooting, let's call it a commercial. And it's the first time America will see anything on television about the show. Come on, y'all, check this out. This is not the camera we're shooting with, this is my camera from home. Instead of a commercial where I do something like say, I'm back, and everybody's, they've come up with a real unique, creative angle that actually, I looked at dailies and it scared me.
But there was a moment when it got hard. Selling it, convincing people I could do it again, convincing people that I could, convincing the town, because we still haven't convinced the public, but convincing people that I could find lightning in a bottle twice. And then there was a night on the George Lopez show when I was in his dressing room as a friend. We were going to a Laker game after the show. George called me in his room and said, hey, come out here. And it was a night he had Snoop Doggy Dogg on. He said, didn't you first put Snoop on TV? And I said, yeah. He says, you introduce him. And he gave me the mic. And he let me do it. And he didn't realize that at that moment, he was creating a monster. Because I felt that ability, that fun of coming back from commercial and having the crowd, the light come up and they see it's me doing it. And they start barking with joy. Yeah, you know, when they start barking and I say, ladies and gentlemen, I started introducing them. I didn't have any cards. I just started, and it ended with, put your hands together for Snoop Doggy Dogg. From that moment, I was like, gonna die trying to get back to my audience.
Harrison, what are you doing?
I'm making sure that Leeza is caffeinated so that she can be at her best.
You know what? I can only say it's true.
It's Leeza's giant support system, you know?
Okay, that's funny. Notice Bill Rancic is nowhere in sight. No coffee, no show.
With us now is Leeza Gibbons, and everyone loves her face and her talent, and she's bringing it through America Now. Welcome to our show. How are you?
Thank you. I'm well. How are you?
Fabulous, fabulous. America Now sounds like a really fun show. Tell us about that.
It's news you can use. It's on every night, and it's about making you smarter and safer, stronger, whatever it is that you need to really add value to enhance the quality of your life. I co-host it with Bill Rancic, who's like my favorite little brother in life, and we just have a great time giving information and then sending people to the web so they can get deeper, richer resources in whatever it is that they need.
Now, why did you choose this show in particular? You know, you could be hosting a lot of different things. Why this show?
This show gives you a chance to have immediate access to cut through the information glut. I'm like everyone else. I feel overwhelmed and overstimulated by so much stuff out there, and we're expected to be experts in everything. So what we do is say, here are the things that are relevant in the world. You know, here are the big headlines. Yes, we're going to tell you the problem, but we're going to tell you how to manage the problem, and then we're going to give you more. So it moves really quickly. If it's a scam on Craigslist, if it's how the government is keeping your tweets, if it's how to brat-proof your kid or dog-proof your house, or cars, nutrition, everything in between, we give you the headline, the solution, the tips, and then we move on. Part of what we do really well at America Now is present stories that are very relatable, information you can put to use right away. We did a piece about home surveillance and security cameras and the options that are out there as tools for law enforcement. Our law enforcement expert is Lieutenant Hamilton with the LAPD, and when I spoke with him, I was shocked to learn at how law enforcement uses security cameras in tandem with homeowners.
Where are you calling from? I'm calling from my office, and he's in my house.
We were advised that a crime was occurring. They sent us the link, and we were able to monitor it while we were actually on the way to the house.
Ma'am, are they still in the house? still in the house. They're trying to
Okay,
figure out
two
how to get
subjects
out.
now in the house.
Subjects now. Running to the front. He's running to the front. The other one is trying to figure out which way to go. The cat's freaked out. The dogs are hiding.
No, my cat's scared. Ma'am, I need you to calm down, okay?
I'm sorry. I've just been robbed of everything.
No, you haven't, because your items are still going to be in that house.
No, but they robbed me before. That's why I have the video camera.
Okay, the officers already apprehended 2 people.
Apprehended 2? Okay.
Yes, I just need to...
Thank God they got there.
That is one of the best reasons I've ever heard to invest in a surveillance system.
Yes, we have that capability here on the Los Angeles Police Department.
Part of what's great about this segment is you see a lot of videos of crimes actually happening submitted by real people who want to help make you aware of how it happened. I think you're going to like it. I hope you enjoy it either on the show or at AmericaNowNews.com.
I think when people watch you, they feel like they want to welcome you into their home, you know, and I think it's kind of like news you can use, but from like a best friend angle.
That's a really lovely compliment. You know, the messenger does matter. And I hope that after 30-something years of being invited into people's homes, that I hope there's a trust level and a credibility. And I think that, you know, we're talking about things that we care about. Bill and I do the lead stories and a lot of field reporting, so we're really involved in the show.
Coming up on America Now with Leeza Gibbons. The show that delivers you the news you can really use.
Hi, everybody. How are you? I'm Leeza Gibbons. Thanks for joining us. This is where it happened. 7-year-old Dylan was playing in that window, his sister's room, when he heard his friend across the street come home, and he rushed to the window to say hello. The screen gave way, and Dylan fell 30 feet to the concrete below. The whole idea behind this Red Cross Ready event is to empower young people. You could have counterfeit cash in your wallet right now, and it might be coming from someone you know. We were surprised when we learned about this teen counterfeiting that's become so prevalent. When my family rescued an older dog, we called on our pet pro, Luciano Aguilar, and said, help us out.
Piggy, now call him to you.
Come. Good boy. I was spending some time with my dad today at a flea market, and we're going to tell you what you should treasure and what you should trash. Love this.
She's got roses, dahlias, delphiniums, foxgloves, snapdragons, ulstramaria. There are a bunch of different things that grow here.
Everybody's going to get your dog. Sir, what do you want?
I'll have the Leeza dog.
He'll have a Leeza dog. There, let's get it made up.
Let's
go. Scrapbooking, memory keeping, legacy writing, journaling, whatever you call it, it helps us honor our emotions and celebrate our lives. Is that you?
Yeah.
How beautiful.
And I know people are going to be curling up with your new book. Tell us about that, because it's also a way to bring yourself into someone's life.
I wrote a book called Take Two, Your Guide to Happy Endings and New Beginnings. Because I believe that at some point, many of us arrive at a destination that feels a little empty, or we got depressed, or we got divorced, both of which happened to me, or we got fired, we got fat, maybe you're just stuck and you feel like life should matter more. I wanted to be the voice of you can hit the reset button, you can call for a redo, and you can recreate your life. We're writing the story of our lives. And if it's not exciting enough for you to want to turn the page, then you got to put in some plot twists and deal with that fear that's keeping you from diving in.
And a lot of times it is fear, and I also think it's failure to give yourself permission.
That's it.
You know, a lot of my friends are like, you know, they just don't know they have a choice to have a redo. So I like your book.
We do need to hold up the mirror for each other and say, this is who you are. You are resilient and you are capable, and whoever you were in the beginning of your life was necessary, great, honor that, but you get to change it. Your life, your rules. You get to say, this is not who I am tomorrow. And guess what? People will react accordingly. We teach people who we are. We put up our boundaries. We determine the love we think we deserve, the money we think we need to make, and the way people treat us based on how we feel about ourselves. If you're not proud of yourself, then you're not going to feel you deserve everyone else in your world treating you accordingly.
Well, it's wonderful that you choose happiness and that you bring it to everybody that you meet along the way. And thank you so much for spending time with us. It's been a real pleasure to meet you.
Well, you're a great example of that. So I think that when we look at our goddess quotient and people who set the pace for us, which is part of what I talk about in the book, it's women like you. And we always can find inspiration from others who have walked that path.
Well, thank you so much. You've been watching Live It Up. Stay tuned for more.
And you're watching Live It Up.
With us now is Chef Guillermo Gonzalez. Welcome to our show. How are you?
I'm doing great.
And what are you doing here in Miami?
Well, we're promoting a new show called Salsa and Flavors from Puerto Rico. So basically what we're doing is we are giving a little taste of what we do, because it's about lifestyle and food. So that's what pretty much we're doing around here.
And you brought me a little gift. What is this?
Yes, this is what we call a piña colada, but in a molecular way. Meaning that there's a nitro something that I forgot how to mention. But it's just like the piña colada, the traditional piña colada, but in another form of making it. Tastes very good.
Tastes very good. Okay, I'm going to try this off camera. So for now, but look how pretty it is. Isn't that pretty?
Oh, that's amazing.
It's absolutely beautiful.
It tastes even better.
Want to taste paradise? Here's your getaway. Welcome to Salsa and Flavors from Puerto Rico, celebrating an enchanting fusion of ingredients, history, and recipes, featuring a seductive cuisine hosted by Puerto Rico's top chefs. A blend of Spanish, African, Taíno, and American influences, Salsa and Flavors from Puerto Rico is a taste of paradise.
How did you find your passion for food? How did you know you wanted to be a chef?
Well, that's a really good question. You see, I only had 2 jobs in my life. First of all, I was working in a supermarket when I was a kid. But then at the same time, my mom, she has one of the bedrooms in her house. It's just for kitchen stuff. So I guess I got it from my mother. You know, little by little, started doing all this. I guess back in the 90s, chefs started to become rock stars, right? So that enhanced a little bit the food and all that. Other than I found cooking is a way for me to, how can I put it in simple words, to enjoy life. So cooking is pretty much the only job I've ever had, and I see myself just cooking until the day I retire, if I ever retire.
So in essence, what you're saying to me is it's the way that you live it up.
Totally.
So what are we making?
Okay, we're just actually doing the garnish for the piña colada. I already have some wedges here. Kitchen, we work the 10, 12, 15-hour shifts, so we basically see ourselves as much as a family, and we take care of our people, most definitely.
Well, it's really exciting. So now, is there one favorite thing that you're loving about being a chef on TV?
Yeah, one thing I love it, just be that everybody's happy. That's the end of every person and every chef. See a smile in every people.
That's the true pay, huh?
And what about you? I heard that you're the pastry chef.
Well, yes, I am. Hi. And I love to teach people how to do easy food, but nice food. That it's comfortable for their taste buds, like comfort food, but it's different, creative, versatile, and that's how come I can crossbreed pastries with savory. So I make it look flashy because of the pastry experience I have, but it's actually regular food, you know?
And now we're expecting your smile, so you got to try the piña colada.
And it's really intense, so it's kind of high on the realm of fun.
I'll tell you what, I will. Just for you, I will. I usually don't. All right, ready? Here we go.
It's smooth.
Good, huh?
Everybody should.
Muy bien.
I'm gonna have 10 of those back in the house.
See the smile? That's the smile we're talking about.
Really great. Thank you guys.
No, thank you.
And to think we met in an elevator. Who knew?
Crank it up, let it rip. Honky tonk road trip. I gotta get loud and get lit. Crank it up, let it rip. Honky tonk.
Hey, I'm Rick Monroe, and I've marked my map of every rundown honky tonk in every state. So each week we're going to travel America to these towns and surprise the venue owners with a brand new renovation. So come on, y'all, check it out. Each week, the Honky Tonk Road Trip will focus on one deserving club that has seen better days, places that were legends in their time, but with the span of time have undergone decay and lost a bit of their original glory. Our goal would not be to remove what makes these places so great, but rather to make each honky tonk we touch the pride of their community. Each episode begins with a surprise to the venue owner. We take out the old and bring in the new, then finish it off with a boot-stomping country performance. So join me as we travel across America and change the faces of these honky tonks.
With us now is Rick Monroe. Hello, how are you?
Great, how are you doing?
Good, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Now, you were telling me that you live in Nashville.
Yes, I do.
And why did you come to Miami?
Well, we're here, obviously, for this great event to push a TV show. And it's this one right here, a Honky Tonk Road Trip. And basically that, we got another booth here with a whole bunch of different other shows as well. So just to kind of see what it is. I do music, so this is a whole new thing for me.
And when you say you do music, you know, some people talk about music, you actually create music. And how did that start for you?
Well, when I was a kid, I started playing drums and realized that singing would probably be more of a fun gig and plus less equipment. So I started doing that. And when I grew up, my mom was always listening to James Taylor and Hank Sr. and Hank Jr. and songwriters. So I decided that writing songs was kind of a cool thing to do as well. So I got into that.
And where do you get your first inspiration from? Where did that happen? Did you write it on a napkin? Tell us about that moment.
The first song I ever wrote was a guy taught me a 7th chord. And so I went home and then I ended up just trying to figure out a cool way to use the 7th chord. And I wrote a song called Best Damn Woman Money Can Buy.
Best damn woman money can buy. Yeah. And how old were you? And how much money did you have in your pocket at the moment?
Very, very little. I was actually probably about 17 or 18 or something. So, and since then, I mean, now I literally, anytime I hear something that's kind of interesting or hooky, I'll write it down. And so I've got an entire list of new hooks and ideas. This is the first song. You asked about the first song? Yeah. The first song I ever wrote. It's over that 7th chord. Thought it was all special. He looks perfect to the man. Head on right, Lord, never fails. This man, woman, one that money can't buy. Time. She knows that you got the best of you. Waiting on you. Say one more, there's nothing to buy. We'll love her how you need her. Never ever be satisfied. This damn woman, only one can buy. This is the first song I ever wrote. Not my best song, but it's one of my first songs.
I like it a lot. Congratulations to you, and I'm happy for the journey that you've been on and the one that you're about to embark on.
It's all about, isn't it, the journey? Yeah, because when you get to the destination, you're always like, oh, it's not as cool as I thought it would be. So you got to enjoy it while you're doing it.
Well, thanks for coming along on this journey in Miami, where I got to show you a behind-the-scenes look at the television industry. For more information, go to liveituptvshow.com, and thanks for watching.